What is up, Fence fam? Joe Everest, the fence expert. Welcome to another hot take clip, a short clip of a recent live Q&A on my main YouTube channel. For more information on my main channel, as well as exactly the content this clip was pulled from, check out the description below. Zachary Griffin says, not sure if this is the right forum for this. Any advice for the guys that don't have a yard and have to deal with the ever-changing prices from vendors? Quoting can be difficult. No, this is absolutely the right forum for this question, Zachary. It really is. And I'll tell you, so this is a problem for whomever, with a lot or without a lot. So how do you handle the ever-changing prices from vendors? Quoting can be difficult. So, I mean, typically, so we're saying we'll hold prices for 5 days. Like the prices are good for 5 days. And I mean, I think that's really where you have to be at. Now, I don't think you could say the prices are good for today, right? When actually that's kind of what we're talking about. But I think the reason is that sounds like a sales trick, right? It's like, now listen, a friend of mine is a car dealer, so I'm not saying this about all car dealers, but it used to be, one of those sales tricks was, well, this is the price while you're on the lot. Once you leave the lot, I can't guarantee the price. You got to make a decision now so I can get you in this car. So saying the price is only good for today while I'm here sounds a little bit like the same thing.
It does.
So yeah. I don't think you could say that. But I mean, I think you could also argue that 5 days is gracious plenty to hold prices right now because the prices are changing rapidly.
Well, I was talking to my dad last night about this thing. Me and him had a phone conversation, and he was like, man, bidding right now, he's a spreadsheet guy and always has been. And he uses Job Nimbus, but he calculates all of his pricing on old spreadsheets that he built years ago. And he said, those are just guidelines nowadays. He said, literally, the prices change so much. And he's dependent on suppliers. He does not manufacture or bring in truckloads. And so that's like I could hear it in his voice. It's a struggle. It went from, all right, we'll redo our pricing every 30 days or every 15 days to literally every bid. We have to sit down and figure every detail out by hand to make sure we're not burying ourselves, in a hole.
Right.
It's a pain point for folks.
It is. And so, one way you can help mitigate that is, so we talk a lot about gross profit margin. The industry standard is like 30 to 35%.
Mm-hmm.
We operate at 50% because we build ourselves in a little cushion there too. Yeah. So we guarantee it for 5 days. What happens if the price raises in 3? We still honor that price. So if the customer comes on the 5th day and says, I will take it, honor it. We said we were going to.
Yeah. So we buy a lot of raw materials, and we get price letters literally every week of an increase of raw materials. Every single week it's going up. Before, there were shortages of things and it would be hard to get. There'd be lag times on them or whatever. So I got another price increase notice, and I was like, well, hey, what if we just we'll go ahead, like, what do you got in stock right now so we can buy it before the price increase? And they were like, oh, well, we've got a gazillion, like we have way more than you and 10 of your best friends could ever use. And I was like, how does that make sense? And so it's like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
When there's 2 of them left, I understand. There's 2 truckloads left, and there's 750 truckloads of fence post, but there's a shortage on them, and it's like, wait a minute.
So this happened to us on fittings. So this happened yesterday. So we're talking about fittings. One of the items we're talking about is 2.5-inch spray spans. Well, we found, and actually it was an online wholesaler, had price that was significantly lower than the bids we got in. So I was like, let's see how many we can buy. Caleb, we bought 10,000 of them. And they were just in stock, ready to go. Now, 10,100 out of stock. It's like, all right, so 10,000 is it. But that's the exact same story. Like they had them available. They just wanted to charge a little bit more for them.